Now, Justin, the Ted Bundy movie.
Okay, Ted Bundy movie. Uh, oh boy. Okay.
I'm not telling you the name because you have to remember the name because it is a great way to pad out these words.
uh, the girlfriend. Oh, I got it. Life and no.
Wait, so we're
I'm
restarting?
gonna restart. Life and crimes of serial killer Ted Ted Bundy. No, we'll do Ted Bundy. One word. Ted Bundy
One word.
and trial. Yeah.
You have two more words. Do you want to use them?
Uh. Uh. Frustrating movie.
Do you remember the night we met?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have been witness to the unspeakable horrors of the defendant's heinous crimes. You have seen ghastly injuries, smashed in faces, broken jaws.
Will the defendant please rise?
For years, I've carried this guilt that I'm to blame for everything. If only I hadn't trusted you.
Promise you'll never leave me, Liz.
It's about another missing girl, isn't it? Ted, did you do it?
No.
um.
So what I would have gone with, I would have gone with Ted Bundy is extremely wicked,
Oh,
shockingly evil, and vile.
I did think it was funny when John Malkovich says the title of the movie. Although
He said the thing.
he said the thing, but to be fair, I'm pretty sure. Okay, this movie is frustrating, and I remember why when I was watching it.
I liked it.
It's not that I didn't like it. My biggest thing is it's about Ted Bundy, and huge, and I get that it's supposed to be from her perspective, but it's not. Like, so much of the movie is from his perspective. Like, a great deal of the movie is from his perspective. Like, it cuts away from her for like huge portions of it, so it can just do creepily faithful recreations of his trial and his interviews. But like, there's scenes where it's him and he's at the library and he's being followed, or like there's the best example is the bit where he's in prison and he's got the picture of the picture that the
The
daughter
little
drew
girl daughter third.
on the
Yeah, yeah.
wall, and the cop comes in, and the movie acts as though the cop is the bad guy tearing up the picture and treating him like shit, but it's Ted Bundy.
I think he was technically like the governor or something, or the prison, the warden or
Yeah, it
whatever.
was
But whatever.
the,
Yeah.
the head whatever. He was trying to make a name for himself, as Ted Bundy put it. The movie constantly wants you to question whether or not Ted Bundy did it, and it's weird because it's Ted Bundy, and it doesn't show the perspective of her enough for you to be like, oh, it's because it's supposed to be from her perspective. No, it keeps cutting to his perspective, and like, so the bit where he's in jail and he's getting hassled by the prison guard or whatever, it's like that can't be from her perspective unless that's supposed to be like it's what she's imagining is happening, but it's not. It's what actually happened. Like,
But
that's the thing. So much of
to
this
be
is what
fair,
actually happened, but it's
to be
Ted
fair,
Bundy.
it was based on her memoir, so it's not a one-to-one thing.
Yeah, that's my thing with this is so much of this movie for some reason it gets to the end and it shows you him doing one of the crimes, right? And it treats it as though this is an episode of Law and Order, and the big twist is that he actually did it. But it's Ted Bundy. We know he did it. So the scenes where they try to make you sympathize with Ted Bundy are weird. Like, they're not bad per se. They're
So,
weird because it's Ted
so,
Bundy and we know he did this.
well, this is where it would be interesting. And maybe this might be why I have less of that issue than you do, is because I know Ted Bundy's name, but going into this, I didn't know the details of what he had
Sure,
done
but you
or
know he's
anything
a
like that.
famous
So
serial killer who everybody.
what I was gonna say though is it would be interesting to hear the opinion of someone who had never heard of Ted Bundy at all.
Yeah, maybe.
to hear their opinions
Like
on like,
to
going into
to be
this.
fair, there's insane bullshit in that movie that like happened in real life. Like the notion that, to be fair, I don't. The cool thing about this movie that I liked was I liked how it showed the real shit in the ending credits. Or
Yeah,
that was cool. That was really cool, and it was really cool to see how close. Like a lot of, again, all this stuff in the third act of him in prison and him in the trial, and
yeah. Don't point your finger at me.
I
That
don't think John Malkovich does a particularly great job of encapsulating the judge, because the judge was very clearly a Southern man with a Southern accent. The fact that he kept
yeah
calling him partner was weird because John Malkovich doesn't have the remotest hint of a Southern
yeah
accent, so it was strange. Or the fact that Jim Parsons is just in this for some reason.
yeah
Um,
yeah yeah yeah. That was weird.
that was
That threw me.
weird.
That pulled me out a bit.
But like a lot of the shit that he
I was like,
did,
whoa, we're in the universe where Sheldon became a lawyer.
right? But all the shit that he pull, all the shit he does in the courtroom, and like the bit where he comes out and they're interviewing him, and he's like, "Oh, you've got the warrant. You've got the warrant now. You've got the warrant. Is that what you want?" That they show that in the credits. That shit actually happened. So like all
Yeah,
the shit where you're like, "Oh my god, it's ridiculous that like these women are so willing. Like he's so and it's funny because I almost think that Zac Efron is too charismatic. Like when you see
the
actual Ted,
actual Ted
he's
Bundy.
creepy. He's creepy. He's not charming. I don't think he's charming or good looking or anything.
I mean, but
But like
apparently
clearly he
a
was.
lot
Yeah,
of
women
people
did.
did.
Yeah, a lot of women did
So
find
that,
him
but that's
handsome.
where that's where you know the interesting question of you find him creepy because you know what he is and what he did. You might not have if you had
Uh,
met him in
well,
person.
I would, but I'm immediately mistrusting of Smarm. So that's just this is who I am. I would find him creepy.
It's hard to say.
Like
It's hard to
there's a
say.
lot of guys who I think are creepy who the world doesn't. So like I think I'd be like I'd be the guy following the trial. I'd be Haley Joel Osment basically. But the
Fair.
thing is that the movie flip flops between, again, the girl's perspective and his perspective for some reason. So like it wants you to think that all of the people who are questioning him are unreasonable, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. Yeah, and I'm not saying it's bad. Like I think Zac Efron is phenomenal in this. He is
Oh, he does
creepy.
a
He's
fantastic job in this.
unsettling. There's a couple of moments where like you can see the facade break, and like
Hmm.
I just think like there needed to be more of a breakdown of his actual personality, because no, he didn't love her. Like the movie makes you think he loved her, and he did not love her. Like he didn't
No,
love
no,
her. He's
she was a mean, she was a cover story
Yeah,
for
he's
him. That was it.
incapable. And like and what the movie leaves out is he abused the daughter. Like like in the movie they're like, oh, she says, oh, I never touched the daughter, but he did in real life. Like she was a real woman, and he did under the guise of playing, abuse the daughter, and he did hit her, and he did treat her badly. But the movie doesn't do that. The movie sort of makes you question it until the end when they show you that he did it, which like it's an episode of Law and Order, and it's weird. It's weird because
Yeah.
I think maybe because this kind of feels like maybe that's what the movie because it wants to have the hyper realistic recreations of the court scenes. It undercuts any sort of mystery. I think maybe if you had done it where you don't say his name and you don't make it clear that it's Ted Bundy, and you make
Yeah.
and then at the end when he says his name, or because it treats the fact that she called the cops on him as a twist. So if it did that scene and you hadn't heard his name the whole movie, you'd only heard Ted. You didn't hear, and to be fair, maybe you don't. But if at that moment, that's the moment you hear her say Ted Bundy, and then that's the moment you find out it's Ted Bundy, and you don't know it's Ted Bundy up until that point, then treating it like it's a mystery as to whether or not he did it or not would work for me. But it doesn't
Yeah.
work for
Well,
me because it's treating all of the people who are right as though they're wrong when we know they're right. It makes the narrative frustrating. And to be fair, I'm fully aware this could just be a me thing. Like,
to be fair, you are right to a degree where it's like it's a problem with movies like this or with biopics or with things that are based on real people is if you know anything about the real person and the thing that it's based on, it it's not a movie at that point. It's not a narrative thing. You can't
Yeah.
pull like, oh, it's a twist, because it's not a twist. You know what happened.
But I just
It's a factual thing that happened. So you can't play it like oh, did he do this or didn't he do
Yeah.
this? Because he's a real person. You know what happened. It's not a narrative. It's like it's
But
not.
she's
You,
not.
you,
She's not in the
so
movie enough to make it where it's like, oh, the reason why we're questioning it within the narrative is because it's her perspective. She disappears for
yeah.
like most of the climax of the movie. It cuts back to her watching the trial, but she's not really a character, and so then it wants you to be like, oh no, you know he did it. But it keeps making you question it and making you sympathize with him, and it does not work for me because again,
ultimately,
it's Ted Bundy.
ultimately, I agree with you. I think because I'm pretty sure you're right. I think pretty early on you know that it's Ted Bundy,
Pretty sure, yeah.
fairly early on. And you're right. I would have like whether he uses an alias with her in the movie or whatever. I would have had it where you don't find out his name until he goes to sentence him,
Yeah,
and he's like, "I sentence you, Ted Theodore." I don't think his middle name is Theodore, but Ted Theodore Bundy to blah blah blah
and then
blah. And then that's when you're like, okay,
And then I'm not even against doing the faithful recreations of the courtroom scenes in the back half of the movie once you reveal it's Ted Bundy. But stop trying to pretend that the fact that he didn't do, like, up until the end where she goes back to see him in the jail and he does the hacksaw bit. That's the bit where it seemingly wants you to be like, oh no, he did do this. But again, cannot stress this enough. We know he did it, so there's no point in the movie pretending that he did it. It's
I don't
redundant.
think I don't think, and maybe this is me misinterpreting. I don't think the interpretation is supposed to be that we, the audience, at that point don't know that he didn't like that he did it.
Mm.
We know he did it, but they don't have the evidence. They can't like he has to, or not that they don't have the evidence, but like he hasn't admitted to it, and so she feels the guilt for turning him in still at that point. And it's not until he confesses it to her and tells her that he did actually do it, that she can be like, okay, calling the police on you was the correct thing. I'm
Yeah,
free.
I don't think it works.
I think that's
But
supposed to be the intention there, but I tend to agree. I think it would have worked better if we, for longer within the movie, we didn't know that he was Ted Bundy.
exactly.
Especially because like the title of the movie doesn't say like oh, the Ted Bundy story, or like it calls it
Unless he said
extremely
that.
wicked.
But also that's also like for people who know who Ted Bundy is, then that's a clue, right? But to be fair, I don't know. Did he actually say? I didn't look this up. Did he actually say the title, extremely wicked, whatever, dangerous, whatever? Did he actually say that in the transcript of the trial of the sentencing?
Well, I'm pretty sure one of the things that they show from the actual trial is him saying that. I think that's like the first thing that they show.
I know that they show him saying, I take care of yourself, young man. I know they showed that bit. I couldn't remember if they showed the, but yeah,
I can't remember.
It's not to say that I didn't. Again, I enjoyed this movie. Like I as its presentation. If I didn't, you're right.
Yeah.
If I didn't know who
I
Ted
mean,
Bundy was, I probably would enjoy this more. But it's like it was a frustrating experience for me. That's how I'm gonna end this. It was frustrating, but it was just as frustrating the first time for me, and everyone was because it's supposed to be the perspective of the girlfriend. But I was like, that's it. That's extremely vile, wicked, dangerous, whatever the fuck.
extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile.
Ted Bundy the movie.
Hey there, everybody. It's N-Card Justin here. Feel free to let me know why I'm probably wrong about this movie down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you would like to see your whoops we needed to record a second episode special, you click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, hit the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out too. We'll see you all in the next video.